Welcome to the one brand new episode 56. I'm your host, Iggy. Today we are digging in the District 10. And our special guest, I'll just tell a little bit who she is. Being a former congresswoman for 20 plus years, done so much for Orange County. And I like that she introduced herself more than anybody else because that's the best way to do it.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here.
Can you please tell us who you are, or how long have you been serving, and why you even decided to run again?
Okay, my name is Congresswoman Corrine Brown, and I've been elected for 34 years.
Wow.
10 years in Tallahassee and 24 in the United States Congress.
Wow.
So, and I've represented Orange County for 24 years. Jacksonville, Orlando, different places, but Orlando, 24 years.
So in 24 years, how much change did you saw?
Oh goodness, so much. Today I had an exciting trip. I had about 150 seniors and others rode the SunRail.
Wow.
And it's the 10th year anniversary of when we started the SunRail. And so that's so exciting.
Wow.
And many of them had never been on SunRail.
Wow.
SunRail is $1 billion project.
Wow.
And that is something that it has generated all kinds of excitement in the community.
Wow. Wow.
Taking people out of their cars and put them in SunRail.
Enjoying
yes,
that's beautiful. Now I know we have an early voting at August 8th, which is on coming Monday. The primary is on 23rd. You mentioned, why is the early voting so important for you?
Oh, absolutely. You probably don't remember, but we had a mess in Florida in 2000. And one of the results was that we were able to get early voting in Florida. So it starts here on the 8th through the 21st, and it's 9 to 7. And see, you can vote in any precinct.
Okay.
So they have about 10 different places around the community that you can vote. Okay. So you don't have to vote in your precinct. Now, on election day, you must vote in your precinct for your vote to count.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people vote by mail, and that's left up to you. But I love early voting because when you vote early, you go to the supervisor, you fill in the forms, you put it in there, and let's say it's 500, you're 501, your vote counts.
That's it. Simple and easy.
Yes.
Now, everybody in Orange County wondering, because there's so many candidates on both sides, somebody going to primaries, but because it's Democratic
seat. It's a total of 17 candidates.
Wow, for one seat.
For one seat. 10 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and 2 independents.
Wow, that's good to know. Everybody wants to know, because you are a congresswoman being before and now, why should they vote for you again? Can you share a little bit your initiatives, your ideas moving forward?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that in Washington is seniority.
Okay.
Yes, and I have seniority. In other words, I'm not a freshman. I know how to get things done. I don't need any help locating the restroom. So I can hit the ground running.
Okay.
And we need someone that can do that. We have a lot of serious issues in Washington that needs to be addressed. When I first came to Orlando, representing Orlando, they had tried to get a VA hospital for 25 years.
Wow.
25 years. On my watch, as ranking member, we in the United States government had not built a VA hospital in 15 years. I built 9.
Wow.
9. And the best one is here in Orange.
And you have a good track record.
Yes, I have a very good track record.
Good. I want to move on to issues. And you said that you got 2 or 3 issues that you want to cover up. Can you share with us what those are issues individually in particular, so that way we can share with the voters in Orange County?
Well, I'm going to first start with the issue of transportation.
Okay.
And the reason why is because it's the engine that put people to work. And the Congress passed a bipartisan bill, $1 trillion. And it's just sitting there.
theory on table.
Yes, and I've talked with, let's say, the mayor of Eatonville, different ones. They are interested in a trolley. It's money there for a trolley. It's money there for additional buses, but it's money there for utility and broadband. Utility and broadband. You know, if your system go out, you can't communicate.
No, you can't.
Yeah, so we have additional, you can take some of these things off and put it underground.
Okay. What is your second issue?
Let's talk about guns.
Okay.
In
Guns control?
Yeah, gun
Okay.
control. In 1994, I voted to ban assault weapons. And how do we really deal with it? And maybe we need to tax it, or we need to find a way to deal with it, because the guns are just killing people. And you know, it's a multiplicity of things. It's not just doing away with the guns, but we need mental health counseling. We need to work more with prevention type programs. When we passed that bill, we also put 100,000 cops
On the street.
on the streets. But they were community police officers, so they worked in the community, and that made a difference. We had special grants. Let's say your area, you have a problem with juveniles, drugs, so you could apply for a special grant for that. So it's more than one thing you need to do.
And finally, this particular question, what is your third issue that you would like to bring it up when you get in the Congress 10 to the
Women's rights.
Women's rights. Let's talk about that. Why is it important to have the women's rights? What would you do differently than anybody else?
Well, I think you got to go at the real problem.
Okay,
And
what is the
that's
real problem?
The Supreme Court.
Okay.
Because they've just gutted so many different things. And women's rights, Roe v. Wade is one of the first ones. But the first thing they voted against was the Voting Rights Act. That started it. And basically the House and the Senate passed the bill, the president signed it, and they went in and gutted it. That was the first one. And so all of our rights are going backwards because of the Supreme Court. And Congress can put some limits on the Supreme Court, or they can expand it. It's just not one thing, but they need to deal with the Supreme Court and how it is taking away basic rights.
Okay. So now, out of all three issues, what is the one issue that you like to bring it up to the Washington? The moment you land to the Washington, you got your office and said, "This is the first issue I want to focus out of those three issues."
The first thing I want to do is I want to raise Social Security from by $2,000 a month.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
And the second thing, I want to make sure, same thing is dealing with money. They had a tax credit per kid of $300. I want to make it $500 a month per kid, and that would help with them paying their rent, their mortgage. One of the first things I would also do is I spoke with the HUD secretary. We need a HUD office here in Central Florida, Orlando.
We don't have it?
No, we don't have one.
What is the other
But
one?
what happened was the last administration cut out the HUD office in Orlando and Tampa. So you got to go to Miami or Jacksonville. We need boots on the ground right here.
Okay.
And so that's one of the first things I would do.
And one of the other big issue is the housing
Yep.
expenses, the renters. Can you touch a little bit on that?
That goes right back to HUD.
Okay.
HUD regulates that.
Okay.
And so you need them here
Okay.
working to regulate the market.
Okay.
For example, they come in, they buy property, and then they want a grant or something from federal HUD. HUD needs to be in here inspecting it and making sure they're following the right rules and guidelines.
Got it. And the reason I brought it up because everybody knows about housing market, but not many familiar with an agency who oversees the housing.
That's right.
market. So
That's right.
I just
That's
want to
right.
clear that out. So make sure it's housing HUDs because somebody say housing, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no.
I have a problem with house. It's a deal.
Yeah,
Perfect.
HUD.
Yep. So representatives. what is the current leaders, representatives, they are not doing that you would do when you get there?
Well, I'm very upset over the fact that we have a senator that is leaving the charge to do away with Social Security
Okay,
from Florida.
okay.
You know, Social Security has always been very important to the Floridians
Yes.
because we have an older population. And so the first thing I would do, some reporter asked me, what will you do about it? I'll let the people know that he's trying to get rid of it. Call his office. He comes up in 2 years. You've got to, we've proven as a people that we can elect you. We've got to prove that we can make you accountable.
Yes, you got to make an accountable. So, is there a particular thing that you, when you've been in Congress before, and now you're moving forward, is there one particular bill that even back in the time when you're being a congresswoman that you like to back again, that certain constituents are either blocking or not willing to work? Have you maybe, after being away for a period of the time, have you maybe reach out to them, work out with them? Because Orange County is big, and the big is on tourism. That's where we're getting a lot of the money, because of tourism and the convention center.
Yeah.
So what would you do? Like, is there a particular bill is blocking and unwilling to work, and you are?
Well, two things. The Bipartisan Transportation Bill.
Okay.
You talk about tourism, but before you can build additional housing or tourism, you got to have the infrastructure in place.
Yes.
You know, that's not glamorous, but you got to put that sewer and water in the ground, and that's transportation.
I believe another problem we have, we have a lot of Orange County buildings are vacant. A lot of buildings that should we keep building a new ones, but then we can recoup the other ones. And there's a lot of buildings. I believe the Congress people and the representatives should focus on that, how to rebuild. I know it takes a lot of time. Is that something you love to touch on, that infrastructure? Because Orange County is beautiful.
It is beautiful, but what you have to have is, a lot of people would tell me they went in and voted for me and walked out. No, it's important that you vote for not just the president and the congressperson, but who's on the city council. Those people impact you day to day.
Okay.
The mayor. So it takes the whole team working together.
Nice. And you have a ground-up team going from here, and you have a lot of experience. Experience matters. Another point is the collaboration with another counties. I'm seeing that. Are you willing, when you get elected, work with another congressman? It doesn't matter what idol they believe, but just, are you willing to work with them? Are they willing to work with you? Is that in a particular initiative plan that you would initialize and say, listen, I need to launch this because I'm willing to work with them? So that, I believe that's the only way we can get together.
Absolutely. And I mentioned to you about the fact that I want to get some things done, but it's very important, let's say on veterans, that I was in the minority. So how did I build 9 hospitals in this country working across the aisle?
Nice.
So I needed a hospital in Orange. They needed one in Denver. So you work together. It's a team.
You're working around the clock.
That's right. That's right. It's a team effort.
Is anything else that you like to add it up that's important in your district that you want to share with us?
One other thing. When I think about transportation, and I talk about it a lot because I think it's the engine. Well, I did a pilot project.
Okay.
I want a train to go from New Orleans to Orlando, and we rode it. It goes from New Orleans. It goes to Alabama, Tallahassee, Pensacola, Jacksonville, and Orlando. And that would be economic development all around. But it's more than that. When you think about a Katrina, and we're going to have another one, we've got to be able to move people out of harm's way. Thousands of people died. We don't talk about it because it was black, brown, and poor. But we've got to be able to move people when we have another Katrina.
Perfect.
Out of harm's way.
Perfect. So now I want to rebuttal. I know you have a couple of issues and so forth. Moving forward, our last question will be most important one. You got to convince the voters why they should vote for you. So I'm putting you in a hot spot, in the yellow chair. Look it up in camera and said, Orange County, my name is such and such.
Orange County. My name is Corrine Brown, and I want your and need your prayers, your support, and your vote. VoteCorrine.com. Go online and look me up. Look up the work I've done. Some people talk the talk, I walk the walk. And I really believe if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And I want you to be in the room with me, representing you. This is Corrine Brown, and I need your help, your prayers, your vote, and your money. Thank you.
That's the most beautiful part. So guys, thank you again. This is our special guest. I want to say that she say her name again.
Corrine Brown.
Running for what?
District 10.
Perfect. And when
United
is the early
States
voting?
Starts Monday.
Okay.
Monday the
Hey.
8th through the 21st.
Perfect.
Early voting.
Guys, you heard everything about it. She closed our podcast. Your special host, Tiggy. This is the podcast episode 56. Thank you so much for coming. We wish you the best and
Thank
good
you.
luck in your race.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see you again.
Yes.
Thank you. We love you. Share, care within the community. That's what it takes. Love you guys.
I'll be back.
God bless you.
Mhm.